Today we've got the top 5 worship songs that I just absolutely love listening to. Coming up right now.
Sharing God's love in the digital world and encouraging others to live by faith. This is Joshua Verwers.
Hey y'all, Joshua here, and today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at another top 5 list, but this time it's going to be the top 5 worship songs that I just absolutely love listening to. Number 5 on my list comes from Bethel Music, and it's the song No Longer Slaves. There's a part in the lyrics right in the bridge of the song where they're singing, "You split the sea so I could walk right through it. My fears are drowned in perfect love. You rescued me so I can stand and sing. I am a child of God." And that lyric, every time, whether it's in a church setting where we're singing that song, or whether it's just in the vehicle and I'm driving along, I cannot help but to just belt that out to the top of my lungs and let that be a cry, because it speaks so much to me. To think about the fact that God doesn't play favorites with his children, and if he did something for one, he'll do it for the other. So when I think about splitting the sea so we could walk through it, it reminds me of Moses, and it reminds me of that exodus that they had as they went through the Red Sea, and how that obstacle that they face, where they've got this huge insurmountable sea in front of them, and yet they've got the army of Egypt behind them pursuing them, and it felt like they were trapped in a corner. Our God made a way where there was no way, because Jesus is the way. I just know that if God did it for Moses, he can do it for me, and he definitely can do it for you as well. And number 4 on my list is another song by Bethel Music, and it's called Praises Be Lifted Up. And I love this song because, again, it talks about God's love in such an amazing way. And if you haven't figured it out, I'm just in love with God's love. The lyrics say, "Your name is love, a love that always finds me." And I just find so much comfort in that, knowing that God is love and that he's always going to be right where I need him to be. He's never left me and he'll never forsake me. Number 2 is a song that my youngest and we absolutely adore, and it's from Elevation Worship called "O Come to the Altar." And I love the part of the lyric where it says, "The Father's arms are open wide." You see, a lot of us live in communities where there's a lot of absent fathers, which means that there's a lot of people that are kids right now, and there's even some adults that we'll come across that they've never experienced a father's love. And because they've never experienced a father's love, sometimes it's hard for them to be able to relate to God as the Father. And I've seen so many people, when they finally get that revelation of God, the Father, all of a sudden there's so many chains that have been holding them back in their lives that are just broken. There's so many hurts that they've had that are now healed. And that type of a song, man, it just does something to me. Number 2 on my list comes to us from Hillsong United, and it's the song called "I Surrender." Now see, in our church, this is probably our go-to one that I absolutely love singing whenever I've got to be up as part of the worship team. Yes, sometimes the pastor actually has to lead worship in a small church. I just love the song "I Surrender," and specifically because of that part in the lyrics where it says, "I want to know you more." And that reminds me of what the Apostle Paul said in Philippians chapter 3, verse 10, where he says that my determined purpose is to know you more intimately. That is a huge statement when you think about the Apostle Paul, how many great things he did for the kingdom of God. And yet the one thing that he determined that was going to be his driving purpose was just to know God more. Man, that should be our purpose too. And my favorite worship song that I'm listening to right now is another one that comes from Elevation Worship, and it's Yahweh. The reason I love this so much is because of one of God's names that he's called in the Old Testament is El-Kanah, and it's "I am jealous," or "the jealous God." And so the lyric says, "Fire burning in my soul, all-consuming flame, Yahweh." And I love that because God says that I am a jealous God, an all-consuming fire. And so when I think about that, God is a jealous God, but he's not an envious God. He doesn't want something that doesn't belong to him, but yet he's got such a burning desire that he'll have a scorched earth approach if anything tries to take away what does belong to him. And that's something that I can relate to. I mean, anybody tried to take my wife away from me, scorched earth. Anybody tried to steal my kids from me, scorched earth. I mean, I can just imagine how God would do that if anybody or anything, even my own desires, tried to take me away from God, scorched earth. So that's something, it's just this song that it's really encouraged me, and I love singing it. Even though we don't do it in our church, it's still a song that I worship to. And just in a daily routine, it's one that's on my playlist, and I continue to listen to it. So what do you guys think about my top 5 list? Are there some songs that you're listening to right now that you use in your own personal worship time, or maybe in your corporate worship at your churches? Maybe it's something I left out of this list and you think should have been included. Well, hey, hit us up in the comments section below. Let me know what songs you're listening to, and let me know what you think of my list. And if you can't reach me down in the comments section below, you can always check me on Twitter. I'm there at Joshua Verwers. So until next time, stay blessed, enjoy God's best, and have a great day. Oh yeah, I probably should tell you, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down there. Is it here? I think it's right there, right about there.